Hey there drone fans, Rick here again from Drone Valley. In today's clip, I'll be testing the various audio options that are available for the brand new DJI Pocket 2. Now we got a ton of questions from viewers asking things like, does the quad microphone setup inside the Pocket 2 really improve the audio over the original Osmo Pocket? Other people wanted to know about external microphones because the all-in-one handle has got an audio port in the side, and they were curious if they had to use an external microphone to really improve the audio. Other people wanted to know about the wireless module over Bluetooth and how the audio quality was on that. And then to complicate things even further, there's an audio jack on the wireless module, so other people wanted to know, if I'm using the module, do I have to use an external microphone? So I promise I'm going to answer all those questions and more, and I'm going to test it right here in front of you, so you'll actually hear the audio samples, then you can make your own determination, and I'll come back at the end with some of my own conclusions. But before I get into the testing, I wanted to correct something that I goofed on in a previous clip, because I tested a lot of this stuff early, and I'm racing through the testing to try to get the clips posted, and I totally goofed in the clip that I posted where I was answering the top 10 questions on the new Pocket 2. And it had to do with this audio port on the side of the all-in-one handle. I made the mistake of saying it's an input port that can be used with microphones. That was true, but it's also an output port. It's bi-directional, so you can use it with microphones to record better quality audio. You can also use it with a set of headphones or a set of powered speakers when you're reviewing the clips to hear that audio a little bit more clearly. And to be fair to me, I didn't have any manuals or anything when I was testing. It was sort of just, here's the product, give it a shot. And I tested it like crazy, never thinking to test to see if headphones would work on that port, because bi-directional ports like that, 3.5mm ports, are pretty rare. I mean, they're becoming more common now, but in days gone by, they were either inputs or outputs, and in this case, it's a microphone input. So I totally goofed on that. Everybody that got the product and read through the manual and figured that out later corrected me. I appreciate that. So maybe give me a 90 as opposed to 100 in that last clip. But anyway, now we all know that that port is bidirectional. I'll show you exactly how to use it. I'm also going to spend a few minutes talking about what kind of external microphone you need to use. Not the quality of the mic, but the type of connection, because it's very confusing. If you go out to buy a lapel mic, there's a couple of different styles of microphone, and it's really important you buy the right style of microphone to work with this product. The same is true for the output, and I'll talk about that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the testing, and the way I'm going to test it is I'll try first with the internal microphones about this far away from me. I'll record the audio. Then I'll add a lapel mic to it, and you can hear the difference in the audio quality. Then I'll disconnect that. I'll connect up the wireless module and give you a couple of minutes of testing on that. And then finally, I'll connect the lapel microphone up to the wireless module, and we'll see what the audio sounds like there. And then I'll show you how you can use the output from that through that 3.5mm port to an external source. So stay tuned for the testing, and then after that, I'll come back with some conclusions. This first test is with the internal microphones on the Pocket 2. I'm maybe 18 inches away from the camera, and I'm speaking at a normal volume level. This is a test of the internal microphones of the Pocket 2. This is a test of the internal microphones of the Pocket 2. Now I'll connect up an external lapel microphone, and I have two different versions here, a TRRS and a TRS. You want to make sure you use a TRS microphone, and I'll explain the difference between them in a minute. All right, I've connected it up to the base. Let me just clip it to my shirt. This is a test of an external lapel microphone connected to the Pocket 2. This is a test of an external lapel microphone connected to the Pocket 2. All right, now we'll test the wireless module. Let me disconnect this guy, and I'll turn on the wireless module. And once they synchronize, you'll see the green light come on. All right, we got a green light. This is a test of the wireless module on the Pocket 2. This is a test of the wireless module on the Pocket 2. Okay, the last test is to use a lapel mic with the wireless module. So let me connect that, and I'll put it over here so I'm not testing that. And you'll notice also when I connect an external mic to it, see how it turns brown? Let you know you've got a good connection. Okay. This is a test of an external lapel mic connected to the wireless module. This is a test of an external lapel mic connected to the wireless module. Okay, those are our four samples. Now next I'm going to explain the difference between this lapel mic, which is a TRS, and the TRRS lapel mic that you can't really use with this. So stay tuned for that. Finding the right microphone to use with your new Pocket 2 comes down to choosing one with the right connector at the end of the cable. There are essentially three different styles of connectors available for microphones on the market: TS, TRS, and TRRS. And you can tell the difference between them by the number of bands that are actually on the plug at the end. You want to make sure you choose a TRS microphone. You don't want to use a TS or TRRS. It has to be a TRS. And really what TRS stands for is there's a tip, there's a ring, and there's a sleeve, And that's where the name comes from, TRS. If you choose the one with 4 bands, that's a TRRS, and that's not the one you want to use. Because the port on the all-in-one handle is bidirectional, each of the bands on the TRS connector you're plugging into it has a different function. So for example, if you're plugging in a lapel mic, the audio input uses the tip as one microphone, the ring is a second microphone, and the shield is the common. If you're instead plugging in a set of headphones, the tip is now the left channel, the ring is now the right channel, and the shield is common. If you happen to already own a microphone that's TRRS that you're using with your computer or maybe with your phone, there are adapters available that will convert that to a TRS connection simply by plugging it into the adapter. Just remember, any microphone you're buying to use with the Pocket 2 needs to have a TRS connector on the end of the cable, which is basically 3 sections, tip, ring, and shield. I'll cover the audio comparisons in a minute and give you some recommendations on when to use the wireless mic and maybe when you need a lapel mic. But before I do, I wanted to talk about the big goof I made. So if you've recorded things on the Pocket 2, that 3.5mm jack on the side that you used to use for your microphone when you were recording it, you can plug a set of headphones in there that are 3.5mm, again, a TRS connection into the side of that, and review that footage with better quality audio. So if you're out in the field and you're trying to record something and you're not sure if you're overmodulated or your voice isn't loud enough, you can connect up a set of headphones to it when you're out in the field and actually review it. So that's really handy. You can also connect that up to a set of powered speakers, and you'll use a TRS connection to it, to those different speakers, and they'll give you great audio quality if you're going to review it. Now, it does seem a little strange to be reviewing it with a set of external speakers because the screen is so tiny, you might want to just pop the SD card out, put it in your computer, and review it that way. But it is nice that they gave us that bi-directional port capability on that 3.5mm on the side. All right, so now back to the audio quality. For starters, I cannot get over how good the audio quality is with that quad microphone setup. To me, it's night and day over the original Osmo Pocket. I just think this thing is phenomenal. Now, the only time that it has been a problem for me in the field is if I'm out having this on a tripod and the wind kicks up. Now, it has wind resistance and wind suppression built into it, so you can turn that on, wind reduction, and it does make a difference, but you'll still hear it in the background. So in those cases, because I can't put a dead cat on it, I use a lapel microphone. And if you need to have the lapel microphone a little further away from you, because the lapel microphone cables are pretty short, we offer an option. There's an accessory on the Drone Valley site that has an extension cable. It's a TRS male to female that'll give you another 6.5 feet of distance between you and this. And the big difference between this and a lot of cables on the market is you can get these online for a couple of bucks, but they're not shielded, they're not great, so you're going to pick up hum, you're going to have signal loss coming through the cable. Ours are heavy duty, they're heavy shielded, and they work really, really well. But if you're using an external lapel microphone and holding it in your hand, you have the advantage of having a dead cat or a windscreen on here to really knock down that background wind noise. Having said that, my favorite option overall is the wireless module. I can't get over how good a quality this wireless module provides. And I use the Rode products, the Rode Go, and a lot of the other Rode wireless modules. And I'm telling you, the quality in this thing is on par with that level of quality from those other wireless microphone setup. And I gotta say, DJI, I mean, it's a brilliant move to build all that into the all-in-one handle and allow me to connect up with a wireless microphone. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm filming out in the field, I have this clip to my shirt and that's all I use. I don't use a lapel with this because I can use a dead cat on this one to knock down that wind noise if I'm out there in the field and the wind kicks up. So for me, this is 9 out of 10 times. The rare instance is when I'm not using this and maybe I'm in close enough and the battery's worn down on that a little bit, I'll plug in a lapel microphone to the base of that if it's windy, and I'll use that when I'm out there vlogging. But the choice is yours. And again, if you do the side-by-side comparisons, to me, I think the internal microphones sound fantastic. If it's windy, I'll use an external lapel. If I'm out in the field and I'm away from it, a distance away from it, I'll use the wireless microphone. Again, 9 out of 10 times, that's when I'm connecting up. So those are just my thoughts on it. Again, your mileage is going to vary. Everybody's hearing's a little bit different, but to me, those are the options I'd go with. So that's pretty much all I had for today. So if any questions about anything I've covered today, drop those in the comments below. I promise to get back to you as quickly as I can. I love doing these kind of clips, so please keep sending us your questions because I got a lot more I got to get through. I got another top 10 questions that I'm going to answer in the next clip, but I want to get all the answers you need out in front of you because I think this product's phenomenal. But if you're on the fence about buying this for Christmas, oh, just shut off. If you're on the fence about buying this with the holidays coming up, or you've got somebody that's looking for a good camera that they want to take on vacation, I want to make sure you get the questions answered that you need to understand if this product is right for you or not. So send them in and we'll get to them. If you haven't subscribed to the Drone Valley channel, I always say this every time, hit the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? We got a lot of cool clips coming, and we want you to join the Drone Valley family so you can watch those clips and really enjoy this channel as much as I'm enjoying putting the content together. So thanks an awful lot lot for today. I've got a link to this down below. If you're considering it and you hit that link, we get a little credit from DJI for that. I've also got a link below for this and a few other accessories for the Pocket 2 if you need accessories. But that's it for today. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy flying.